Season 3 Reloaded is here for Warzone and Modern Warfare 3, and considering it's a mid-season update, it's a banger. But the thing that caught my eye the most was the new weapon, the BAL-27, and the new Prestige camos. These Prestige camos look absolutely beautiful, and can be ours for getting 150,000 XP with that weapon. So I thought I'd share with you the fastest way to get weapon XP right now, whether you're looking to rank up weapons like the brand new BAL-27, or you're looking to get the insane camos on offer. If you have Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, the answer is always the same. Hop on some game modes on the smaller maps like Rust, Shipment, Meat, etc. The action per minute is just too good. But if you just have Warzone, or you have Modern Warfare 3 but don't want to have an aneurysm on Shipment, my advice is to head over to Warzone, set up the weapon you want to rank up as your favorite, pop on any double weapon XP tokens you've got, then put on Decoy Grenades as your tactical equipment, and restock as your perk too. Then we want to go into a loaded resurgence game with the team. Ideally, this would be teammates we already know, but if you can't get that, I'd recommend posting down in the comments of this video and trying to find someone that way, or failing that, just putting squad fill on will help as well. Then before we even fully enter the game, we want to take advantage of the pre-game lobby. A lot of the time you can get at least a couple of kills, but sometimes you'll get a long pre-game lobby with people going AFK, and when they do that you can just absolutely rack up loads of kills in this pre-game, and these kills count as much as proper kills in the game in terms of XP. So it's essentially just a super easy way for a bonus XP. Once we're in the main game, we immediately have an advantage over some other modes, because in the loaded version of Resurgence, we spawn in with our loadouts weapon, and respawns are kind of enabled for most of the game, as long as our whole team doesn't all die at once. So straight from the plane, we want to aim to go to somewhere a little quieter on the map that has a good density of contracts. And this is because we're going to essentially loot our way to ranking up our weapons. Now usually I would say go to these areas and grab a most wanted contract, but honestly I found that the map is so busy with people who already have their loadouts that these contracts are quite difficult to complete, especially because even if you kill people, they can fly straight back down fully equipped to try and kill us. On top of that, if we're ranking a weapon up, chances are it's not going to be in an amazing state to take on other people and their meta weapons. If you are using a meta weapon and you're doing this method to get XP towards the Prestige camo, then most wanteds may still be on the menu for you. Generally though, I would recommend instead any of the other contracts at this point. Bounty contracts will always be getting completed because on Resurgence people don't mind dying as often, so the chances of this contract being poached are really high. And when that happens, we get 1500 XP for essentially doing nothing at all. And that's 3000 XP with double XP tokens on. Recon, Scavenger, and Spy Drone contracts though will also get 1500 XP and are much less risky than actually hunting down the bounty, and can be completed super quick, especially if you're all working as a team. So you may want to favor these over a bounty contract. Now on top of just the contracts, something that is going to get us as much XP, if not even more, is simply from looting chests in general. Now I know this sounds weird, but looting chests grants us 100 XP per item opened. So that can be a chest, a bag, a medical cabinet, etc. So that's 200 XP with a double weapon XP token on. Then you've got to factor in, on Resurgence, there are an insane amount of chests which constantly respawn. So if we land somewhere quiet, you can just sprint around opening everything in sight and get crazy XP. Of course, on top of the contracts and looting, there's the classic method of just getting kills, but I see XP from kills as more of a bonus, since you can't guarantee a certain amount per game. And when I'm suggesting methods to you guys, there's likely quite a big skill variance. So if I told you to go out there and get 30 kills per game, that's not really that helpful. Now another extremely handy XP boost is from your Decoy Grenades. Throw these around when you're in busy areas or even at people you've already downed, and these will get you 200 weapon XP per decoy distraction per person. So you could throw 2 out at one person and you'd get 400 XP. And again with double XP on, that's 800 XP. Then we just want to replenish our Decoy Grenades as much as possible, so that may be with the restock perk on, or with munitions boxes or whatever. And just a super quick note on XP from buying things, by the way. As I've mentioned in a previous video, this has been mega nerfed, so it doesn't grant much XP at all these days. So if you were planning to just go to a shop and spend all of your money for some easy XP, I would say it's not worth relying on this. I found this method on loaded Resurgence was amazing for weapon XP, and honestly, a lot of fun. There is always the chance though that you could end up in the blender with some bad luck, or you may just want a more chilled out time in general. If that's the case, Plunder is still available in the playlists, and it's a solid option. Just heading in there and doing a bunch of contracts gets decent XP, perhaps not as much as the loaded Resurgence method, but it's still okay. Now hopefully this video helps you get weapon XP much faster, and now why don't you join me in this this video to see the updated best graphics settings for this season.